What's going on, beautiful people of YouTube? It's Renebean. Welcome to another episode of Life of a Game Hunter / Collector. As you can see from the thumbnail, I got a bunch of systems from the last couple yard sales that we need to go out there, test, and make sure that they are working. Do any necessary repairs on them and get those gone. I also got a few packages to open up at the end of the episode, but without further ado, let's get out in that shop. Let's make some money. Alright everybody, we are here in the shop. I got the birds chirping outside. As you can hear there, they're going full spring mode. All this stuff came from the last few sales that I had. If you saw in the live pickups videos, we got an NES, a Wii, a Super Nintendo, a GameCube, maybe another system or so, I can't remember. I'll look over here and check. We're going to test these out, see if they work, if we need to do any repairs, and see if our money was well spent, which of course it was. I'm not always trying to make, correct decisions when I'm spending my money. With the Wii, I remembered I paid $25 for this. It had 2 or 3 Wii Motion Plus controllers, which I already sold, made the money back on that, and I think it had Wii Sports Resort with it. There could be a hidden game inside this, which would be really nice, maybe Super Mario Brothers Wii or something. The NES, I paid $25 for this with a bunch more games, but I already sold those off, already profited on that. And then these are just some leftover filler titles. The Super Nintendo was a $25 bundle as well, and the games, of course, already sold those. So we're all in the clear on that. We've already made some money off this, but we're trying to make some more. The Super Nintendo is pretty rough, though, as you're going to see. The GameCube, I also paid, this I paid a little bit more for. It's $25 for the controller, the Mortal Kombat Deception, there was the disc one of Resident Evil, and then, of course, all the hookups, which was still a solid deal. So we need to test all this stuff up and see if it's actually working. If we need to do any minor repairs, we will do that, or even some more in depth. I hope not, because I want to get in there and get some other things done. So let's go ahead and clean this off here, and I guess we'll start with the GameCube and see if that one's going to do it for us. Alright, so here we got the GameCube. It's in pretty decent condition. This sticks a little bit. I'm going to show you how to fix that, because you don't want to have to keep having to slam the top for that to work. But we're going to make sure it actually works before I go into that. GameCubes can mess up, much like Wii's. They won't read the disc, and it just becomes more problematic than it's worth. So let's go ahead, and we got all our hookups here. The power packs, the official GameCube power packs, those are worth it just by itself almost. Those things are heavy and hard to ship. Let's go ahead and plug this up. I try to keep everything attached, that way I don't have to roll everything back up here. I'm hoping this works. It seems like it might. Let's see if we get some good luck on this episode here. Go ahead and turn TV on, get that nice and warmed up here. This does not have the multi-out. This is just the AV out on this one. Let's see. Power. We should be golden. Put it on video 2. Let's see. Alright. We got a disc in there. We got that Resident Evil. Here we go. Plug our GameCube controller in. The GameCube controller is okay. The stick is a little loose, but I'll bundle this with a third-party controller and sell this controller separately. Just maximize the profit. Alright. Already a good sign here. This feels like it's spinning, so that's good too. Hey, there we go. Come on, there we go. Alright, and it's got a memory card with it already. The only problem with this one is it has that sticking button, which we're going to fix. Alright, so that's working. Let's go ahead and turn this off. Unplug everything. I'm going to show you how to fix a sticking button on a GameCube real quick. It doesn't take long. It's a very simple fix, but it's one... Like, I see people listing GameCubes that's saying it has a sticking button. I'm like, it doesn't take long at all to fix that. It's not a hard process. Do it, and that way you don't have to degrade your listing. Alright, so in order to take your GameCube apart, you only got the 4 screws on the bottom to deal with. Maybe 5, I can't remember. You got your security bits. It's going to be your bigger bit. Go ahead and take all 4 of these out. Alright, once you got all 4 screws out, we can go ahead and lift the top off. Just be careful, the lens will be exposed. And with this off, just move it off to the side. We're not really going to do much with this. I'll blow it out with the air compressor, but I don't have to do any repair to it, so it's good. The repair is going to come from this top shell. And we're going to look over here at our open button. And you're going to have to remove 2 screws to get this thing apart. It's going to be a smaller screw here. I'll go ahead and grab a smaller Phillips here. And it's going to be spring loaded, but this spring is a little easier to deal with than most. And there is that one assembly. That's the spring loaded power button that pops it in and out. Next thing we're going to do is, if you look on the inside here, there's 2 prongs. You just squeeze those together and then push your power button up top. And just wiggle it out that way. There it is. Now the main thing that causes this stuff to get stuck in there is it gets a lot of grime and build up in here. Just get you a Q-tip and alcohol and clean that out. Also clean the button as well. Alright, and with that clean, the final thing you need to do just to ensure that it's going to have good spring action is we're going to stretch this spring back a little bit. You can see how it's like a V. We need to stretch the V further out. And this is going to give it a little bit more spring action, I guess. That way it's nice and nice and strong. Alright, we're going to put this back in there, and then we're going to reassemble everything, and this power button should be good to go. We got to put the power button back in it. It only goes one way, so make sure you got it in the right orientation here. Alright, with that in there, I'm going to flip it over. Make sure that that power button's nice and springy, which it is. Now all we got to do is assemble this back once we put our 2 screws in, and this thing is golden. I'm going to go ahead and blow out the GameCube, and I will be pretty happy with it. So there we have it, guys. That is a very simple way. We do got to get this sticker off. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I forgot completely about this, but that's a simple way of fixing. As you can see, the power button does not stick, which is what we want. If you're an honest seller, which I'm assuming most of you are, and you list this, you would have to disclose that the power button or the open button sticks. Now it doesn't. Now you don't have to eat that little bit of profit that you would have took off for that simple issue, and you can fix it yourself. Or if you have one at home that you need to fix and you don't like it, very simple. Doesn't take long to do. Now to get this sticker off, this is a bad one. I'm going to try to remove, I don't have any nails, I'm going to try to remove as much of this sticker as I can, and then we're going to use some Goo Gone and just see how clean we can get this top right here. Completely forgot about that sticker. Kind of a shame they put it on there, but what can you do? So all I'm going to do to remove this sticker, I'm going to take a razor blade and I'm going to slide it right underneath. As long as you are careful and go even, you shouldn't scratch it. You just got to make sure you don't dig too deep, and any residual residue we're going to take off with the Goo Gone. So I'm just going to go nice and slow. If I try to force it, it's going to dig right into the plastic, which we don't want. As you can see, we're almost there. We got a good bit here. I could try to pull it like this. Let me see if I get lucky. Alright, we got majority of that sticker off. As you can see, a good bit still remains. See if this razor blade will take any more off. Alright, so as you can see, we got all the sticker off right here, but it's got that residual residue left over from the sticker. This stuff is hard to get off. Isopropyl doesn't work that well. Goo Gone's your best bet. The way this stuff works, it needs to sit. Now, I could have soaked that sticker completely in that Goo Gone and let it sit for like 10 minutes, but the razor blade worked pretty well. So we're just going to coat this in Goo Gone and let this sit for a second. There we go. Looks pretty good. I did get a couple little scratches from the blade, but nothing too bad. Definitely could have been a lot worse if I used something else. But I'm happy about that. That sticker is gone, and we are good to go with this unit. So this will be listed. I haven't been listing much on Mercari at all here lately. I'm kind of losing my confidence in that. Like, it's a great place to sell, but me and Mercari haven't been getting along. So I'll probably have this either listed on eBay, or if someone hits me up on Instagram, it'll be sold that way. So let's move on to the next console. Alright, so next up is this Super Nintendo, and listen to this. I don't know what the hell is in that, man. It sounds like Legos or something. Before we even work on this, the back of it, the power pack, the plastic that you plug the power pack into is completely broken off, so it's not going to work correctly anyways. We have to order one of those because I don't have any extra on hand. We've got a fighter jet out there. You should know I got a spear in the other room. But I can still test this to see if it's going to power on, and I can still even see if it gets a signal. Some people use these without it. They got to prop it up at the right angle. But if this thing doesn't even power on, I'm still curious to see what's on the inside. Let me grab the components for this. Alright, so we got a power pack, and we got the AV cable. Let's plug the AV up here, because I'm going to have to hold this at an angle. Just if I can get a signal out of this, it's going to be worth it 100% to fix. But if not, if it doesn't even power on, I might not even mess with it, because this thing is in pretty rough condition. The LED, the light on the front could just be gone. It's like it's one. Oh, man, that's crazy. Alright, so I guess it's going to be worth fixing. It read the game until it shut right off because of this back power here. Sure enough, reading the game, man. That's crazy. Alright. So there's no power light, though. Like, the power light's completely non-existent. Could be burnout. Could just be something to do with all this. I'm nervous. Oh, man. Let's see. Let's see what's on the inside of this thing. It doesn't sound healthy, that's for sure. I went to press this screw in, and that thing just completely collapsed in there. It shouldn't go that deep. So that's probably a lot of that crunch. Same with that. I don't know what happened here, man. Oh, goodness. This screw is in here all sideways. This corner's crunched up. I don't even know if I can... They stripped that screw in here pretty hard. I don't even know if it's going to separate. Oh, it's not even... This thing is just beat up. Alright, let's see here. Let's turn this over and try to get whatever screws were actually attached out. Was it just two? Is it that bad? Oh, goodness. Alright, are you ready for the reveal? Oh, goodness. Alright, there's the top. So there's one leg that I don't know how they could have even done that. Maybe attempting to try to look at this. This one's broken back here. Let's just go ahead and flip this upside down. Oh my God. Oh, I'm covered in dust now. Alright, we got all this out. Look at this. I've never seen such damage on a SNES from the inside like that. That's incredible. Let's see if we can remove these screws here. Ah! I shouldn't have done it like that, but I'm still going to do it. There we go. The things you do that you shouldn't. Alright. Yeah, this is all trash. Typically, like if a leg breaks off, you can glue it back together, but there's no hope in this Picasso piece. Alright, so let's go ahead and clean this out here. I got the, I mean, it works. I just have to, you have to have the back piece soldered into it for the power jack, but those are cheap. They make them, and they're very easy to do. So I'm happy about it. This console works. I knew it was going to be damaged like crazy on the inside, like it's going to be virtually completely broken. But what's good about this, if you know from the channel, sell your parts completely separate with something like this. I'm going to remove all this. I can sell just a tray because it has not yellowed at all. Good flip action on the lid. You can sell that complete assembly right there. You could probably get $10 for it. You'd be surprised. The the controller ports right here have some damage up top. I'd have to test that completely to see if it works. But what's really nice is the board works. That's really good. What was the... It's a UN2, so I doubt it's not going to be a Model 1 SNES or a one-chip board. But that's okay. This board is completely good. It does work and it does read games. I had someone reach out to me on Instagram saying that they had a SNES that they needed to get a new one or something, and I was like, well, I might have a board that's available, and this would be that board. So if that's the case, then he's good to go on that. So, very happy about this for the $25 with the other games that I got. I mean, I already profited on that. This is definitely worth the pickup. But that's just crazy. I've never seen that much damage on the inside of a SNES. And that's probably why this this power light is not working, because of this damage to the board. Would have to be my guess. I don't see any other reason why, because it looks intact. Meaning these controller ports might not work. So let's go ahead and clean this off and move on to the next console. I'm going to hit that person up, see if they want that board. If not, I will order that back piece and we will Frankenstein us up a Super Nintendo. Alright guys, next up is this Wii that I got from Goodwill, $25. It was an excellent deal. I had a bunch of Wii Motion Plus controllers, I think 2 or 3. Sold those off, I think one for 20, one for 16 or something around that. So that made that back. Plus it had Wii Sports Resorts with it, and it has a handful of nunchucks. So this should be the definite profit maker right here. And hopefully there's a nice little game inside. You'll never know until we plug it up. Alright, let's see. Are we going to get a signal? A signal would be good. That'd be a great first start here. Power on. Oh, I need to grab some batteries here for the Wiimote. Looks like it's working already, so that's a good sign. Typically, you'll get that far. It's just a matter of it reading disk. Alright, let's go ahead and sync this up here. I'm telling you, not having nails is such a disadvantage in life. There we go. It says there is a game in there. NCAA Football 09. I'll play. There we go. So we're hitting it big there. There we go. So we got that working. Let's see if it will read that game, if this is going to pick up on my sensor bar here. Come on. It's weird. I should have this a lot further away, but it's working enough for me. Woo! Alright, you going to read? Got us a working Wii, though. I'm pretty happy about that.
EA Sports.
There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and eject this. We got that working. So we got us a Wii bundle here. We got this fantastic NCAA Football 09 to be bundled with it. So I was happy about that. $25 for that bundle, which I already profited on that, and this is going to be even more. Definitely worth the pickup. So I'm going to clean this up, move on to the NES, and we should be good to go. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is probably just a time lapse. You'll just see me work that. It'll probably take me like 20 minutes. If you want to learn how to do an in-depth refurb like I do, and I always have success with this, I have a video on my channel that's a full refurb on how to do an NES. It's actually really popular of a video. It keeps climbing here lately. I guess as more people are sharing it because they keep having the same result. This is becoming the go-to video for people on how to refurbish NESs. Very simple, easy to do. It doesn't take much tools. I never use an aftermarket 72-pin. I know a lot of people do. They'll get a NES at a yard sale. They'll keep a couple of them on stock and use them. They don't have the same like quality as an original NES 72-pin. They don't. Their connection is not as good. Their pins are super tight. I swear it's just it doesn't work as well, and that's my honest opinion. A lot of people have that same opinion, and I've used aftermarkets whenever. You know, years ago, whenever I first got into like refurbishing consoles, I've used them, and I swear it was 50-50 on if they were good or not. Maybe it was from back then that their quality wasn't as good as what they could be now. But once I learned how to refurbish an original 72-pin, I'll never go back because I can make that thing work and perform better than an aftermarket. And if you want to keep your Nintendo all original, I highly suggest you learn how to do it. So anyways, let's go ahead and get this refurb done, and then we'll head over into the game room, check out those 2 packages that came in. guys, the refurb is done. We're going to test to make sure it's working. We got to clean this game up. And whenever I sell a refurb, I've sold many of them. I've never had a return on one. I will get the occasional message. It'll say, hey, the game you sent works, but no other game works. If you have a refurb job that's done 100% perfectly, it still will not work if your game is dirty. So, and we're going to clean this. We're going to clean it as best as it possibly can be done with some Bright Boy here. Let's go ahead and open this one up. This Super Mario, it's obviously going to be the most used game, usually outside of like Super Mario Brothers 3 for the NES. But the Bright Boy is going to clean it right up. And this is usually the game that I bundle with this because I come across Super Mario all the time. And plus, like I said, whenever I send a game or one of these bundles out, I always send them with a game because I know my game's going to work. If they say, well, you know, the system's not working with the other games, I can say, well, it's because your games are dirty. I mean, simple as that. So as you can see, these pins right here, let me see, I don't know how well the camera's going to pick that up or even if I'm in the right spot, but these pins are pretty bad. But the Bright Boy will make light work of it. No matter what people tell you, Bright Boy is absolutely amazing stuff, but it can leave a residue. Don't let anybody say it doesn't, because it does. But finish it off with some isopropyl and you won't have any issues. Alright guys, so as you can see, these pins are completely night and day. I really don't know if I'm getting a good shot of those or even if you can see them a whole lot better. So let's go ahead and put this game back together and see if this console is going to fire up like it should. Alright guys, so I got this thing hooked up, games back together. Let's go ahead and plug in a controller, see if we can get us a level going on, make sure the controller's playing right and the ports are working here. Alright, let's go ahead and plug in. I disabled the lockout chip on this one, so there'll never be another blinking light, plus you can play some region lock games you couldn't before. This thing will not work without power, as we all know, even though I tried. There we go. Alright, there we go. Why are you buzzing? Because we ain't got a game in. Let's see. Oh, wait a second. Ha! No wonder it's buzzing. I got my cords backwards here. I don't know what I'm thinking here. It's early. Shouldn't buzz now. All right. As you can see now, it's working. Completely like messed with my mind right there. Let's see. How's the controller doing? Good old Mario. No wavy line issues. There we go. Oh, I want to turn it down before I got killed. I'm not that bad at Super Mario World. I'm just trying to turn this down to keep YouTube happy here so they don't hit me with a copyright strike here of any sorts. Oh, how am I going to miss that jump? Alright, well, it's working good the way that it should. That's how you refurbish a NES. It doesn't take long at all. It's not a difficult task. I can take this out, put it right back in, and it works. That's how it's supposed to be. If your games are clean and your refurb job is good, it should load up every time, all the time. So with that said, I'm going to clean this console off a little bit, and then I will have this listed. It'll either be on Mercari, eBay, or if someone does a private sell on Amazon, I'll sell it that way. So if you're interested, just hit me up. I always give my subscribers deals. Everybody should know that by now. So let's head over into the game room, check out those packages, and end this episode. Alright guys, here we are in the game room. Hopefully you enjoyed all that repair goodness and learned something from it. I got 2 packages here to go through. We'll start with Mr. Ed Waters, and I remember him sending this in or saying something about it with the stickers, and I try to cover up his address here as I show you if I can, but that's a lot of stamps, and they're all Kwanzaa stamps, so that's alright. I want to say it's a Game Gear maybe that I'm refurbing for him. I can't remember. It could be someone different. Like I said, I'm always terrible with the names. I'm good with screen names. Just like actual names. There's only a few that I can remember. So let's go ahead and open this thing up here. Oh my goodness, my cat must have gotten here because there is cat hair everywhere. Oh goodness. Alright, let's see. I'm pretty sure because I did yeah, this is a Game Gear. Let's see, it's got a note. Let's check it out. Thanks for the help. It starts to smoke a few seconds after one. Turn it on, AC or battery. If you can't fix it, go ahead and keep it for parts. Thanks again, Ed Waters. As N says, I don't know if I should say, I'm going to say Edmund Waters. Someone else, is this okay, this is a black one. I got someone else that's sending in a blue for refurb. And he said this one smokes when he cuts it on, which is pretty wild. I didn't know. I've never had that happen for me with any Game Gear, but it's just a basic Game Gear. I'm going to go out there, check it out in the shop, see if it's worth fixing. If it is, I'll do the refurb for him and send him an invoice for it. Battery corrosion in there pretty bad. It may have corroded on the board, caused some issues. The only place that I can see it really smoking is on the power board itself, but we'll find out here in the upcoming vlog episodes, Mr. Ed. I got to order some more cat kits regardless. That's a pretty good box, actually. I like that. So anyways, let's pull on here. This is Mr. Move on to the next package. I'm sorry, I'm still thinking about what I got to finish up for today. This is Mr. Matt Shredder. You've seen a handful of his packages. He's really helped me out tremendously with the N64 collection. Me and him, I think I'm squared up with him now as far as trade is concerned. Let's see here. I ain't gonna tell him what he sends. He always sends some crazy stuff. Oh, goodness. Oh, man. N64 games again, man. I'm telling you, this guy's... He's got gumption when it comes to finding N64 games. I give him that. That's for sure. He gets some good lots. I think where he's at, he's in a pretty good area for hunting. Alright, this is 3 games, allegedly, that I do not have. I don't think he's... Yeah, no note in this one, which is unlike him. He usually sends a note on some weird things like postcards and whatnot, and their little cue cards. Alright, so first game up, Supercross 2000. Very cool. RR64, what am I doing? Ridge Racer 64. I don't know why I'm not thinking. And then we got In the Zone 98. This must be from that same place because it's got those crazy thick stickers on there. I'm getting close to that full set, guys, on 64 games. If any of you guys out there have some, I can send you pictures. We can work on a trade, or I can buy them straight out from you. I'm going for that full set, as you can see in the back here, and we're getting pretty close. I can see the finish line at least, which is nice. Ooh, Scars, very cool. Very awesome. Mr. Matt got a handful of the toys from the last yard sale video that I did when I got that toy lot. He got a good grasp on some of them. Road Rash 64, very cool. I've been really wanting to play that again, actually. That's very awesome. And Star Soldier Vanishing Earth. Thank you so much, Mr. Matt. Holler at me if we're not squared up on trade, and we will go from there. But that's all I got for you guys out there. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this episode. You learned you something or two, or you had a good laugh watching me about hurt myself in these repairs. But as always, everybody out there in this wonderful world, take care and enjoy the rest of your day.